Hey, at least
Okay,
they know what
there
we're
we go.
saying.
Oh, then
Hello?
no. Okay, good. No one heard anything. Yes, you could hear us. Hi, everyone. Hi, Doctor Man. Anyways, um, hi. Third time's a charm, right? That's what they always say.
Yep.
Hey everyone. It's your boy Manuel, and those are Product SD. One can only do so many, and it's funny because my very first intro was just as dead. So don't think I've been dying as the intros have gone on. This is actually a little more lively because I'm laughing so much. But anyways, Hina, introduce yourself again. Round two. You had like 5 minutes to think it up.
Okay. I'm a part-time VTuber, full-time hamster, but I haven't really actually been VTubing much lately. But yeah, I've been busy this year, but hopefully I'll be more free to show up for these podcasts. And thank you for having me again.
Yay.
Yay, Nyaru, go introduce yourself while I fix my mask. I just realized it's been crooked this whole time. Okay.
Hi, my name is Nyaru. I just had orange juice, so I sound mucusy right now, and I still have old mucus in my throat. And I just finished singing yesterday for 3 hours.
Oh my god.
So, and I just got done being sick. And yeah, I'm back though. I've been missing for a month. Apparently, I had a wanted poster up on some
Oh yeah.
streams from what I, and yeah, I'm just remembering all of this right now.
There's I don't know, it's been fun. It's been fun. Like I was saying, what I was gonna say, which kept getting cut off because I'll just tell the really fast version. It wasn't really a funny story. Was that when I was doing the thumbnail for the Christmas episode that we did last week, that when I was literally like, it's funny because if you look at it without knowing that I did this on purpose, it's like I just don't know visual design, which I don't. But I started putting a couple pictures in there, and I'm like, you know what? This whole layout just is wrong. Like I wanted to redo it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna make it look like bad layout. Period. So I just started like throwing like all these pictures on there, and then when I was done, I'm like, you know what this needs? This needs a Nyaru wanted poster, and so I put the Nyaru wanted poster. Um, but yeah, and it's funny because it's you in like your Met Gala outfit, so it's like
Do you want a
it's.
transparent version of my
Have
model?
you have you noticed that it's not that it's very low res? That I literally,
Yeah,
I think I took a screenshot of when you showed it,
yeah,
and then I removed the background very badly, mind you.
yeah,
Like I use one of those auto tools where you just click and you click the parts you want to keep and things like that. Where it's like, yeah, and I think part of
yeah.
your hair, it's not for yeah. Anyways, that's what's happening tonight. Tonight, we're near the end of 2021, and we're gonna talk about that. Some crazy shit. But first, because it's been so long since we have either of you, let's get some. What have you guys been up to? Nyaru, since you're like all covered in phlegm, like, you could start.
You can warm
I've
up your
been
Yeah.
throat.
sick actually. Went to the emergency room like Monday 2 weeks ago. For actually my heart condition is I think back. I had to go see a cardiologist next month, and I got put back on my medication. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then I went in the course like as I explained yesterday on my comeback stream. Um, there was a lady next door, who I'm pretty sure had COVID, and I
Oh,
may have
what?
caught it. So I don't know. I've had a
What?
cough, but I feel okay. Um, I'm gonna go get tested again because like I took a COVID test when I went to the emergency room and it came back negative. So I was like, okay. So I'm just gonna go double check everything soon and make sure I didn't have it, and I'm not gonna spread it to anyone because that's the last thing I want to do. And I feel so bad if I do that. I've literally just been treating this like COVID, just in case. But um, yeah, tried streaming last week, almost died because my cough was that bad. Um, then I did a comeback stream yesterday, and I'm very happy. I did karaoke for 3 hours, so I was just really, really happy to be streaming again and, you know, do all the fun things. So yeah, I'm good now though. I just drank some orange juice, and I
Orange
had
juice.
McDonald's today.
Glad you're feeling better though.
Yeah.
And fingers
Yay!
crossed about COVID. Hopefully
I
you don't have
I
it.
know.
know.
I have so many
Oof.
things I gotta do next month, so
Hopefully everything works out for you then, and glad you're feeling better.
yay.
We managed fine enough in your absence. I like to think. Hopefully, it was all terrible. Nobody go
We
watch those
needed you
episodes.
so much.
Uh,
Manuel's so boring
Hina, go.
without you.
No, last week we
I
were
knew
really
it.
on point. And actually, last week was very funny because I was going on about it was a holiday thing, and I spent a lot of time trying to explain a holiday I knew nothing about.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
What holiday?
Kwanzaa.
Oh,
I don't know why I did that. And I was watching it back, and I'm like, why did I decide that I was gonna explain to everyone what Kwanzaa? And mind you, I was doing it like in a positive. I was trying my best, but for like 5 minutes, I was doing this. By the end, I'm like,
Okay.
what
at least
am
you
Okay.
I
tried.
doing?
Was he drunk?
I have no idea.
No.
I just assume he always is.
I did drink after that, but not before. But I was in a really good mood, and I was like in one of those high on life moments. So I think maybe I was just
Mm.
going off on some my own bullshit. I don't know. What how have you been in the past year since we've had you?
I've been working a lot. I'm like so tired. So that's why I've been really busy. It's like I feel like I don't have any time to do anything else. I'm just so tired. But aside from that, yeah, we actually know that that's really all I've been doing. But I recently just started part-time because I have some school to do, but
Hmm.
yeah, still more free time than before.
Parent poll: was Manuel drunk while explaining Kwanzaa? I'm gonna vote for yes, just because
Oh, there's a
I know
poll
I
for
was. But yeah, tonight we're gonna go over
Oh,
2021. Um,
I'm gonna
wait,
vote no, he is just
how does
stupid.
did somebody like redeem that, or did somebody?
No, I
Or did
made.
we just? Oh, how
Oh,
did you make it?
You just do Poland.
poll.
It's just
Yeah.
the window for poll.
How do you think I do it every
Really?
I never
DTL?
knew that was a thing.
I
Manual.
assumed that
Oh
was
yeah, and if you
a
want to
mod
do,
tool. I'm such a boomer. I thought that
Like
was a mod
same,
tool.
even though
if
I'm
you
not
want to
one.
delete the poll, just put in delete poll, no
No,
space.
don't delete it. Don't delete it.
I'm not gonna delete it. I'm just showing you guys.
I can't
Anyway,
believe Manuel hadn't
2021.
figured it.
Huh?
I can't believe you hadn't
Well,
figured
I
it
don't know
out
how to use Twitch.
since I've been doing it on DTL for
Fun
like
fact:
6 months.
it's been tells you how little I know how Twitch works because and it goes well with our topic for tonight. So if you notice our background picture, like when we're not live, or I don't even know what you call that, like our whatever picture, it's Ren. It's Ren doing this, and we blacked out part of the door really badly, might I add. But I blacked out part of the door, and then I put our logos there, and it was a picture she staged for us. Thank you, Ren. By the way, she was supposed to be on another stream, but she's been too busy lately, and she hasn't been able to. But anyways, um um she's in the background with all of our logos. Now, if you look at it, you'll notice that some of those logos are wrong. Like we no longer use that and knuckle shit, which is I don't know why I decided that was an idea.
Again,
And
I
we,
think you were drunk.
I think I was drunk when I thought of that. And it's missing the Drink Talk Roll logo. Everything's sized weirdly, and I wanted to fix that. Now, I've actually since fixed it, and I have a new version to put up, but I can't find where you change that picture. I've literally
Are you
tried.
serious?
I'm dead serious. I tried 3 different times.
Okay,
I
do you want to follow along with me on how to do it?
um yeah, why not? Let's have some dead airs.
Okay,
It's great.
so go to your, are you on your account or are you on the
Yes,
AJ
I
account?
am.
Okay, so if you're on the AJ account, go to creator dashboard.
Okay. I'm here, creator
Okay,
dashboard.
go all the way to, I think it was settings. So drop down to your
Settings.
settings.
Okay.
Go to channel.
I'm at
Scroll all
channel.
the way. Oh no, wait, no, that's not it. God damn it. Oh no, brand. There you go. So yeah, you're right. Go to channel. It's gonna start on the about, and right next to the about tab, go to brand. And there you go.
Okay, I'm on
And then video player
It's
banner.
right here.
That's what you update.
It's
Oh,
right here. Oh my god, I'm gonna change it right now before I forget. So if I don't do it this second, it's never gonna get changed ever.
wait,
That
what is
sounds
it
like a
looking for
you
now?
problem.
But yeah, that's been updated. Because especially the Add Drink Talk Roll logo, because that's a show we've been doing for a long time, since like August, and it's had a logo since even before. They had a logo since before episode 1, which is somewhat rare. Oh my god, that was so easy. How the fuck did I not know this? Anyways. But yeah, 2021 in review. By the way, if you want to support us, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and comment in the chat. Bullshit. Sorry, I said saying YouTube stuff. I said YouTube stuff later. If you're watching YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching live, chat with us. We'll chat back. Sub to us if you want to sub. Follow us if you don't want to sub. Patreon us. Donate to us. Whatever. Anyways, plug out the way. Nyaru, how has 2021 been to you?
Okay, I guess. I don't know. I haven't looked back at anything from this past year. I mean, I did a lot of performances, like online performances, which was pretty cool. I guess like the highlight of this year has to be when I got to perform, not a delayed performance at a physical idol convention that was up in Seattle a couple like last month actually. That was really fun. I got to see the crowd like do Rodage and everything, and I haven't seen that in a while. So seeing that was and hearing it was just very, very nice, and I want to do more of it. It got me motivated.
It's funny because there have been a lot of attempts to put on an idol convention in the Seattle area, and
Mhm.
one of them was really bad. And honestly, I wouldn't name it anyway, but I forgot the name, so it doesn't matter. It was probably something generic like IdolCon anyway.
Idol
But
Matsuri?
it might have been that one actually, but like it's an older one from many many years ago, and that one was run pretty badly. And I don't think it was even run badly maliciously. It was just run badly because these were a lot of like
They
fans
were
trying to.
unexperienced.
Yes, and I don't think any of them are involved with. Maybe you know this better than I do, but I don't think any of them were involved, or at least not the main people were involved in the new idol convention. And
If
but
it's if it's if it's Idol Matsuri, yeah, none of the people from there
yeah,
were involved.
and I
Because
remember
I was actually involved in behind the scenes for this convention.
yeah, so this one
Mm.
actually, this new one actually looked like really good. But I'm not gonna lie, right up until when it was about to happen, I was like, oh, it's gonna be that same shit show, and I'm like, I felt bad thinking that, and I don't think I even knew about your involvement until a week or two before, like when you
I
mentioned it on the
kept it
show.
pretty low key
Yeah.
because like I don't know. I didn't want to be because I didn't want to be like, look at me, I'm working for them, haha. Didn't want to do that. But
Oh,
I got
that's
to
nice.
perform. I had to perform last minute because one of the people. So like I ran the auditioning and the a lot of the behind the scenes like promotional work for their main concert event, which was called Northern Lights. One of
Oh.
the performers dropped out last minute, so I was like as like a very very last resort because I always try not to perform at events that I participate behind the scenes in, just out of courtesy of everyone. Um, yeah, I had to shove myself in last minute so I could fill in that slot that we had because otherwise shit would have been fucked up. But it was still really nice. I got they put me on a call and everything and to watch like the performance I recorded and it's just a very nice experience. There was a lot of people that not only I look up to for like a long time, but also new people who were like very curious about like idol culture from like the anime perspective and the real life perspective. It was a good mix, honestly. I was really expecting it to be more like a you know, focus on anime, which I'm already which y'all know already. I'm already sick and tired of. I really just want a space for like, you know, real girls.
Real
Yeah.
Hashtag
girl.
real girls. But
3D girls.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, it was a really, really good balance and I really enjoyed it and I really hope I was gonna try to go this year actually to like be there physically so I can run the event. But my in-law not my in-laws, what the fuck? My my family came in to what do you call it? Visit me that week. So and it was
Yeah, I would
last
have been
minute
like,
too.
surprise, we're all going to Seattle.
Surprise, we're all going to Seattle. No.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, it's funny because we'll talk a bit more about cons in a second because I want that to be like an interesting little point, especially from your viewpoint because you have a. I didn't know that's why you appeared virtually. Hina,
Mm-hmm.
what's something good that happened with you 2021? What's your one of your favorite highlights?
Honestly, I don't remember anything.
Is it one of those?
My
Are
memory
you
is
that
It was
meme?
long.
a blank. It was just a
Yeah.
blank year.
Yeah.
Are you that meme where like the dude like it's January and his eyes are open and he
It's like
blinks and it's black
it's
and
like,
then he
oh my
opens it's
god.
December?
2020. Yeah. Yeah, basically. Oh my god. Yeah, it doesn't even feel like it even happened.
Did you do any performances? Did you go to any cons? Did you go to any?
No, there were no cons. Everything was canceled basically. And even then, like, oh no, everything was canceled except Fan Expo. But I didn't go to that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, she's north of the border. She's
She's
Canadian.
a Canadian.
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 Canadian,
I was like,
eh?
what's the
I've
funniest
been
way to say
watching.
Canadian? Eh?
Sorry?
You've been
I've been
watching what?
watching a lot of South Park recently,
Oh,
and I just got to. And every time I think of, every time I think of Canadians, I always think of how they have them in South Park, where it's like half their heads are cut off, and they're just like,
oh
"Bah,
my
bah, bah, bah."
god.
Is that you? Is that how you actually act when you're not like you don't have to be on stream? You're like, it's
Yeah,
just
totally.
You see, Manuel, she's a VTuber on top of a VTuber. So what we're seeing now is actually a model captured by her other
I know
rig.
Yeah,
it's just human. It's
this
just
VTubeception.
your
is not
human
real
rig.
life.
Oh,
It's
real
all a
talk.
simulation, yeah.
Have you seen like those what the fuck? What's it called? Deepfakes? Have you seen like some of the weird like deepfake? You see them a lot on TikTok, and every so like like a lot of like the thirst trap type things and some of these thirst trap girls. But like you'll see like every so often you'll see like the the thing like break, and it's almost like a glitch in the matrix. Like, wait, that person's not real. It's crazy. Deepfake technology is interesting, and deepfake. Let's talk about NFTs since I'm bringing up the buzzwords, and I don't know if I talk about
Jeez.
cons again. Um, big thing in 2021 is NFTs. What's everyone's views on NFTs?
They're an MLM scam.
Oh, really?
Honestly,
Mm.
I feel like you just hit it on the. I I have a friend. Admittedly, he's like leading back and forth. Like he got into NFTs very recently, but he was the kind of person who would always post like telling people what to buy in crypto.
Oh God, he was one
Oh,
of
And
those
those
crypto
people.
he
bros.
was a crypto. He still is a crypto bro. But it's very
Um,
clear he is a step away from a fucking like starting his own pyramid scheme. Cause like he
because that's literally what NFTs are.
yeah, where like he's just trying to get people to buy in, and like and he started complaining about how crypto was going very what's the word, like it's going very cool. The market is like it's not really like dead, but it's not growing. Like he's not making like crazy money every day. So now he's been doing a lot of NFT bullshit, and I know everyone's doing NFTs though. Like
Y'all know how I moved into a new house with my family, right? Okay,
yeah.
so they ordered some furniture from like one of the furniture stores like nearby. Huh?
Who wrote? Is that you, JD? Did you write nice fucking titties? That just doesn't
Yes.
feel like you.
I stole it from a friend I saw online.
Oh, NFT.
No, sorry. Let's continue 1 second, Yara. There's a really
Mhm.
funny meme I've been sharing. I shared the other night because I saw it. It blew my mind. It's a like from Tifa from like the Final Fantasy VII remake. She's like, yeah, I have NFTs. Nice fucking tits. But yeah, anyways. Yara, go ahead.
So we had some furniture delivered essentially, and one of the and you know how I have Yoshi's a Shiba Inu, so every time like I could tell someone's a crypto bro and they're like, oh my god, is that the Dogecoin? I'm like, yes, he is the Dogecoin. And this dude started um this dude started talking about NFTs. So I was like, oh, okay. I mean, like, I guess I'll listen. That's fine. Not like I was very uncomfortable. Is what I'm trying to say, but he's like, yeah, man, I've been investing in NFTs, and it's been so great. I may be like $10,000 down the drain, but it's gonna work out one day. I'm like, oh god, oh this poor soul.
Well, he's one of those because those are the bad kind of well, quote unquote bad type
Those are the
crypto bros.
people that NFTs go after, are the ones
Yes.
that they give. That's why I say I think NFTs, not crypto in general. I think there's some parts of crypto that are actually legitimate
Oh
and
yeah.
should be like, recognized as legitimate. But there are other parts of crypto where I'm just like, oh honey, you're making it hard for everyone to exist. And he was literally a victim of like probably some MLM style NFT thing where they're like, yeah, it's gonna work out one day. You just gotta like keep investing and then like gotta get your friends invested. Like, please tell me that that does not sound like a fucking
That's
MLM.
true. I never thought about that.
And like
Um,
that's and I know everyone's like super super big on like saying the environment, it's so bad. Like, yeah, no shit. But also, can we talk about how predatory a lot of these NFTs and cryptos have been?
Is that the
and,
squid? There was a squid thing, right? I don't know if that was an NFT
Yeah, the
or that was
squid
just
coin.
crypto.
That was
oh,
And
that was just regular crypto.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, for
But
those
then
that
like that was a scam, right? So
that was definitely a scam. So like the thing is, the earlier you get into a crypto coin, the the more of a payout you're gonna get. That's why I say some of these act like MLMs, because the earlier you get in, the more you can cash out later, whenever they crash or whatever. But
mm,
using shit like, Squid Game, that's very predatory because that's very
yeah.
popular right now, and everyone wants a piece of a squid coin or whatever the fuck. I can't even
Yeah, yeah,
pronounce
I
it because
don't
I
remember.
you
but
not say
yeah, that
squid?
have y'all watched Squid Game actually?
You know, you want to talk Squid Game because I've been saving my Squid Game discussion for a while. Have you seen Squid Game? I keep wanting. I almost called you Nelly. Who the fuck is Nelly? Um, see, I'm talking about you by the way, Hina. It's funny you know who I'm talking to, but yes, Hina, have you seen Squid Game? Who's
I
Nelly?
have, yes, I have.
Okay, so let's talk about Squid Game. Um, what's everyone's view on that? Because I feel like that's the biggest piece of
Okay,
media.
so I'll be real. I liked it. I really, really liked it. But the hype for it, I don't understand. Like it's a good series. I'm actually really excited for the season 2 because it definitely led up to, there's gonna be a season 2. But at the same time, y'all need to calm the fuck down. It's how is this revolution? It's go watch Battle Royale, you motherfuckers. I'm sorry.
It reminded me a lot of Alice in Borderlands.
Yes, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
that
Alice in
too.
Borderland. It's funny because I watched that after,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
but because I heard everyone, the people who I saw, there were people like going on about like there is a lot of media like this, like the kind of like battle royale, for lack of a better term. Because no, Squid Game's not really a battle royale, but a battle royale type situation. There's a lot of
Mhm.
shows, movies, whatever like that. Battle royale, obviously being one of the most famous, Hunger Games being another. But somebody mentioned that the show is almost a direct adaptation of Alice in Borderland. It feels like, and I watched that show, and I will agree with that. It feels a lot like that. Not the direct, but there's a lot more similarities I think there. My problem with Squid Game, and I don't know if you guys agree with me, is that it started out amazing. Like I think I watched the first 3 episodes like back to back like one night. I'm not really a what's the word? I'm not really a person who sits binges shows. So me even watching more than one episode's unusual. But then when I watch like episode like 5 or something the next day or whatever it was, I'm like, wow, this show went downhill fast.
Yeah,
And
as
I
it
actually
got
yeah.
kind of
I
boring.
didn't think that. Yeah, no, some parts I will agree. It did get boring, but it still sucked me in like 2 or 3 days because I had family visit right before I got sick, and uh, they were like, "Have y'all seen Squid Game?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't seen Squid Game." And so my other cousin showed me like 3 episodes, and I got hooked like right away onto it, and we just kept watching and watching as until they had to leave. So we finished it all like in I want to say like a weekend.
I will
But
say this,
still,
if you want to binge it, it's a pretty easy show to binge. I think
mhm.
it's like 8-hour episodes, and then one episode is like 30 minutes for some reason. So you can watch the whole
Oh
thing like
yeah.
in one really good stretch if you had the time.
Mhm.
I heard
Yeah,
like
it's
the
a good
subs weren't good. Like not
Oh,
as good. Or like they're not like
oh
accurate. Or
yeah,
like it
no,
doesn't it's not that
the
it's not
subs
yeah.
the subs were just awkward because there's like some words that I just happen to know in Korean, and they just
Oh,
did not kind of like line up
translate
to
properly?
the it's like the meaning. Like they
Mhm.
did not get like they're accurate subs when you think
Yeah.
about it. They're accurate, but they missed a lot of just like the emotion,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess, or like the I don't know how to explain it. It's just like how it feels whenever you read it. Like it's like reading, for example, like saying I got a I was hurt. Okay, so you say I was hurt, like, okay, that's fine. But say I was like, I don't know, like injured badly or something. Like, they have like it's just different meanings, and they definitely, I think, like did not get a lot of like the emotion across with the subs, because it's easy to do that. But of course, people then complain like, "Oh my god, how dare you add in this modern word to this like scene?" And it doesn't. They want accurate subs, and this is what happens when you get 100% accurate subs. Is that you get weird translated things that kind of just don't convey the emotion of the show. You just get like this block of text that's just emotionless. I don't know how else to explain it, honestly, but yeah, that's how I feel.
Would you throw it yourself?
Yeah.
My little bows.
Oh, it's a both. It was just
Yeah,
funny
it's
because
the
she's like,
bows
yeah,
thing.
start throwing. Anyway, uh, so did you guys watch? You watched the sub then? I take it, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I didn't watch the dub.
It's
Oh no,
funny.
I don't know anything
That's
about the dub. I'm not gonna drag anyone for watching the dub, but it does exist, and I just haven't watched it.
it's funny because I who hit Nyaru? It's funny because this is the first show that I think I know I learned that a lot of people watch um content not in English, how do I say that? Foreign content, that's the word I'm looking for. Watch a lot of foreign
Mm-mm.
content on Netflix dubbed. And like anime, I get it. But a live action thing? Like who watches live action dubbed? That just
It
seems so
depends. I think
weird.
it depends.
Okay. I do want to get out the way. No one come at me. If it's an accessibility issue, I get it. But if it's anything beyond accessibility, I just find it like, why would you do that to yourself? Watch the damn thing subbed. I watch movies dubbed in other languages. I mean, why? That's JD saying that. Don't say that. Hello. First time, Devu. Hello. I can't read that name. Anyway, is it a little laggy? I don't know. Is it a little laggy? Is it a
Hi,
little laggy,
Steva.
everyone?
I mean,
I
my
don't know.
Um,
internet's not that great, so
we'll see. I
I
think
think it's
everyone's internet.
laggy on my
I think
end, but
everyone's internet's been a little wonky. Mine was wonky before we started, and JD was a little wonky before and he's the one actually doing the streaming. So it might be a combination of issues. We apologize. Please bear with us. Um, Nyaru, hit yourself. This is your fault. There we go. Nyaru will take the punishment for everyone's
she looks like she's
anger.
enjoying
You like having a good time.
it.
Jeez,
So yeah,
Gee, Nyaru,
honestly,
I
it's so
didn't
cute.
realize you were a masochist for bows.
It's a cute little. I didn't know what else to put, so I was just. It was cute. It's a cute item. Yes.
Anyway, there's before we leave the Squid Game thing, I did want to mention I won't do the spoiler version this time. I did do a spoiler quick review during another stream, but I won't do the spoilers this time. But I will say that speaking of dubbed and subbed, there's a part when they have some actors who like speak English. They took me out the fucking show. They were so
Oh yeah,
terrible.
I was like, wait. I mean, I had a feeling that it was like foreign people, like foreign rich people
Yeah.
that were behind. Like, oh, that was like way too obvious from like the get go. But then when they started like talking and everything, I was like, whoa, a whiplash right here. It literally felt like a whiplash. Like you did not expect anyone speaking English in this show. Also, I really rooted for the for the foreign
Oh,
dude.
Yes,
Man,
oh my
I think he's
oh my
god.
god,
Pakistani. Yeah,
My
Ali.
favorite
yeah,
Yeah,
character.
yeah, exactly. Like
yeah.
I feel, dude. Like
I'm sad.
I kind of, I'm so sad now too. I almost
Right.
cried. Yeah, I
I hope
literally like
everyone here
almost
has
cried
watched
when.
it because um I'm sorry for the
Well,
Oh
spoilers
yeah.
again.
to be mildly fair about the spoilers for you
I'm sure
guys.
everyone has
Well, even if you haven't watched it, I hate to be the one to break
or
this to you.
has been spoiled.
But it is a battle royale
Mhm.
show, and if you don't know what a battle royale is, everyone's gonna die. And if you
Yeah, everyone has.
they
Well,
have to
except for
die.
one person.
Yeah,
Well, and it's usually like
and we all know
obvious.
who
You
that
already
person
know
is.
who's gonna survive, like from the get go.
The more important part to not spoil is like the more specifics. I will say this specifically, and it's not about how he died and how like oh they did him dirty though. I will say that. Oh, I was
Yeah.
so upset. I
Fuck.
oh I'm still upset now thinking about it. And there was a meme that I saw that somebody shared. It might have been you, Hina, actually. But there was this
Hmm?
meme that somebody shared where it's all like somebody I guess like
It could have been me.
somebody was shared a thing where it's like, oh look, that guy had no money and he gave him money for like the for the bus fare
Oh yeah.
home.
Yeah.
And it's like what a good guy, and you don't know what's gonna happen to them later, and it's like, oh, they just started watching, they don't even know.
Yeah.
You
They
have like
don't
that
Someone
even
was.
know.
smug look where it's just like,
Oh.
we
Oh,
know.
but but um, I will say this that I've watched way too many like theory type things on Squid Game for
It's a game theory.
yeah I don't know why, but one of them did point out and I won't say the other spoilers, but because of other things that they don't really show when they usually show it, they don't show Ali getting killed, and some people are like he might be back. So who knows? Because there were other people that they
I hope.
specifically, and I won't say who they are, but there were other plot important people who got quote unquote killed, but they didn't show them getting killed, and they came back. So
Mm,
people are like, oh, they did that for Ali too. They gave him a weird cut. So Yaro's the one who hurt you, Nyaru.
I
That makes
knew
sense.
it. I think it's funny because we both got sick at the same time.
Oh, you got each other sick. That's
Yeah, we
Well,
got each other sick.
there have been times where I felt like we've gotten each other sick, like during like UPZ and shit like that back in the day. Remember we would all get sick? Like I'm sick. I somehow gave it to you through the microphone and the internet. Anyways.
Imagine that could happen. Oh, jeez.
Imagine.
Anyways, so what else is that? What else is there here in my little like thingy that? Oh, well, the funny thing, just to close out the crypto thing real fast, because I wanted to mention this earlier, because Hina brought a good point with the Squid Coin thing, is that did you know how it's really easy to start a crypto coin,
Yeah,
cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
it's very easy. I can easily just log on and just make one myself.
Yeah, you
Someone
pay
actually
someone for
tried
like
doing a
the
VTuber coin.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
really?
really
Hmm.
easy. It's not worth anything. You have to work on that yourself. But like you could start one like immediately. Like pretty much right now, you pay a little mining, or you could do the mining yourself. You pay a little mining fee, and there you go. Um, Also, real fast, what I thought was funny was that when I learned about the environmental damage, all that was, I was confused. I'm like, how does this hurt the environment? And I will admit that there is a difference of what I do and what they're doing, obviously. But when I found out what it was, because they leave these high-powered computers like on all the time and like just running, mining, doing the mining, and I'm like, I never turn off my computer, which is probably why my last one blew up.
Oh.
But
Oh
like,
my god.
but on the same token, I'm like, I've never turned mine off. It's like this laptop I've been using, I'm afraid I'm gonna kill it soon because it's been on like nonstop for like the past 2 months. And like I think
Holy.
I do turn off monitors and shit like that, but it's always on. Like like it's always doing something. It's editing, not editing, exporting a video, or like uploading something or downloading something, or like running my illegal torrent site. Just kidding, maybe, and so
Huh?
on. But yeah, I guess I'm killing the environment, and I didn't realize this.
We're all killing the environment, and that's something we need
Yeah,
to
we're all
recognize.
slowly. Yeah.
I am Manuel, destroyer of computers. Ada Joy coin win. I've actually thought about doing Ada J coin because it's like it's not that expensive to start one, and it's not even to like make money. It's just to like get in the cloud, like
No, bad
use
manual.
Ada J. But then again,
Oh,
like
did you
yeah,
hear about
exactly.
Amazon? Like today, apparently, like all some of their web services went down or whatever. Their cloud
Oh
Yeah,
service.
yeah, apparently they host a ton of
Yeah.
things for other people, so that's
Yep.
why. Um, It's funny you bring that up. I learned about the Amazon bullshit because Nintendo's been down like for most of the day, and
Hmm.
like I guess the way the Happy Home Paradise thingy works is that it does checks randomly to make sure you're able to play it. Because if you have it the Nintendo Switch Online, I can't play Animal Crossing. Real TLDR, because of Chase. I can't play Animal Crossing right now because it keeps trying to like verify with the internet that I'm able to play it, but I guess it hasn't within 3 days. So like when I went to go play it today, it's like you're not authorized to play the DLC, and I'm like, what do I do? What am I? and Nintendo's down. And apparently, I guess they run their services through Amazon. Talk about like conglomerates hanging out with conglomerates or whatever.
Yeah,
So
you
yeah,
don't want to know how much of the internet is probably relying on Amazon Web Services to keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Did you know that their fucking retail part of things is only a small fraction of their company?
Yep.
I did.
I, I mean, I knew it was only a part of their company. I'm not like that naive, but I didn't realize it was as small a part of it. That apparently their
Yeah.
biggest, the big bread and butter is their web services or whatever, AWS, whatever
Mm-hmm.
that company's called. But yeah, blows my mind. I did not know this. Well, I did not. I knew they had the service. I just didn't realize it was like they own the internet. They own everything.
Yeah, they
Jeff
pretty much
Bezos.
own everything.
They literally own this stream right now.
I mean,
Um,
you're not wrong. Well, no, yeah, you're not wrong.
No, they literally own Twitch, and they're literally like, hanging out there. Jeff Bezos is hearing this. He's like, Manuel better not want to go pee right now. you know, you know what I mean? It's like all the workers who want to pee and they can't. They're going to spray him with bear spray, what the fuck John Oliver says they do to them. But yeah,
I
bullshit.
live like not too far from one of the big warehouses. So every time I pass by there, I always think, oh man, those poor workers.
Yeah, a
Aw.
friend of mine worked for Amazon. He was kind of like low key not bragging, but he was low key like, "Hey, glad today," because they sent him home. And he's like, "I got to work all like he got to stay there all day because they were waiting for the things to come online. They never did, so he did a whole shift of just standing there, and they sent him home. And I'm like, that's cool, and I'm really there for your win, but also you're working for Amazon, and I feel bad. I don't know. I don't know. That was one of my that was one of my things today. One of my little topics here is like the whole the way the job market's right now, where like everyone's all like, oh, we can't work. I mean, we can't open. We can't McDonald's because we have no employees. Um, yesterday, uh, yesterday, Hina, are you still working like food or whatever, like in the
Oh no,
food
I work
service?
at a warehouse now.
Oh, are you working at Amazon?
No, no, I got it with Amazon. Otherwise, I would have said that.
It's like,
Like, oh yeah, I work there.
they don't let me
I would
pee.
hate it.
So yeah.
I'd be
Um,
scared. I don't know. I heard they don't treat their workers that great.
there's,
Ooh.
I mean,
Maybe better
yeah.
now. I don't know. I don't know. I never worked there, so
It was just so funny. Yesterday I was at McDonald's just eating my food like normal, but I was eating there and I accidentally saw someone get hired like on the spot. They walked in, they're like, "Hey, can I get an application?" Or they're like, "Oh, you could play online, but you could do one on like in store right now real fast." And like, TLDR, they ended up like hiring them like right away. They're like, "Oh, can you start
yeah.
tomorrow?" But
Damn.
It's
what
funny because what do you call it? um, a lot of like the fast food places around me have been like hiring, but I see people go in. They say like, "Oh, I went to go apply," but then they never called me back.
Yeah, did you want? Okay, thank you for bringing that up because I was gonna bring that up now. So you might be like, "Oh, so it's true." No, 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 no. So
No, I think it's a
I
big conspiracy
oh
right
yeah.
now, but
No, well, let me tell you how this interview went because that was the end of the interview. And I'm not gonna lie, I'll be straight up with you. When I realized they were interviewing the kid, I took out my earphones. I was like watching a YouTube video. I took out my earphones and I kind of just sat there like eating really slow, so I had an excuse to like eavesdrop for like 30 minutes. Um, they did this boy kind of dirty. First of all, they sat him down. They asked him what it like to write out a schedule, and this McDonald's was 24 hours. So they're all like, "Go ahead and write out what times you're available." And you know what they told him next? They're like, "Write out what times you're available. Like if you're available from 8 to 4, put 8 to 4. But because of 24 hours, we might need you for more than that." And I'm like, "So they need you 24/7." And
you're
then
Um,
basically on call for them.
but it gets better. It gets better. So later on, they were talking about like their starting pay, and I've never heard of this in my life. I've never heard of this. They apparently start. They apparently start the employees. By the way, I think minimum wage here is 12.50 right now. Just to put everyone in context, they they start them at $15. And then they by the way, 12.50 in LA. They start them at $15, and then after a so many week period, they lower their wage.
wait, what?
Mhm. Yeah.
I've never heard of that. That
Is that
sounds
is that legal?
illegal.
Some
Exactly, that
people will
sounds
even
illegal.
just like bring on like a like a new employee for like a couple months, and then they'd be like, things aren't working now. We can't keep you here anymore. Or just bring us something about like budget. But then they'll put the position back on the market so they can hire someone who's more fresh,
Yes.
but
Oh
at a
my
lower
god.
wage.
And then when the kid was given the schedule, like, oh, I could pretty much work Monday through Friday from like, I think you only do evenings, so it's like from 4 to whatever. It's like actually that schedule would be 5 to like this, and I'm like, then why did you ask him? Like, you just tell
Yeah.
them can. But anyways, then when they fix
Because they're
that,
that no, because they're that desperate to like draw people in.
and then when they got that with the kid's all like, oh, so will I be working full time or part time? Well, we can only give you about 15 to 20 hours a week. And I'm like, you need this kid on call, apparently, supposedly, for 24/7. You need him all hours of every day, but you're gonna give him like 2 days of work a week. And I'm pretty sure it's just, and he was like, I couldn't tell, like, obviously I don't know how he was masked the whole time. So I couldn't really get a good look at his face even, but my guess is he's probably like 20. And I'm like, this was probably one of his first jobs. Might have been his first job for all I know, because he seemed very green and he was letting them just like. And there was two managers, by the way, two McDonald's managers who were just he was just letting them step all over him like answering the questions, and you could tell that's why they were like, oh yeah, can you start tomorrow? In their heads, they're probably like, oh, here's one we can like we can put through the grinder, literally, basically. Ugh,
Yeah.
anyways, it was so shady. I was like, I felt like after I was done eating, like I felt so dirty. I'm like, I don't think I want to come back to this McDonald's. And that's like my local-ish McDonald's, and I'm like, I just felt so dirty afterwards. I'm like, man, they did that. They did my poor boy dirty. It's like that's sad. But yeah, that's the job market today, I guess. It's a lot of exploitation, I think. That's what I really think it is. It's like the conspiracy. I don't know if that's a conspiracy you were saying, Yara, but there's a lot of like, is it really that
I
that
don't know. I
there's no
just
workers?
it yeah, it's like, is there really not any worker? I feel like there's a lot of people that want to work, but companies also don't want to like meet them halfway or, pay good or protect them from really shitty customers or anything like that.
Oh, don't get me started on that bullshit. But yeah, pay your workers living wage. It's like it's all just do that, and we're all peachy. We're all peachy. You can, uh, I'll still keep buying your like overpriced McDoubles. I was talking about how crazy the McDoubles are like at that same McDonald's. I don't know if this is normal like across the board, but the McDoubles like $3.29, and I'm like, remember
Wow.
when it was $1? And that's not even like a boomer thing. Like within like when I was a kid.
I remember.
Remember when that was at $1 when I was an adult already? Like this was like when I was like
Wait, how
start.
much is it here? Let
So
me
like
see.
On
it's definitely.
DoorDash, mine are like 230, I think.
Yeah, I think
What?
it depends on regions, and to be fair, I think my place is
Mhm.
just overcharging like crazy, but it's definitely over $2, period. And I'm like, it was $1, and
Wait,
this
is it
isn't
like
like
franchised? Because if it's franchised, then like they can also like change the prices
I
to
think
what they
yeah.
prefer to.
This one definitely is a franchise. Because
Okay.
there are corporate McDonald's, and I think corporate pricing probably is lower, but I think it is in the 250-ish range. On DoorDash, I think no joke, I think DoorDash at the same McDonald's charges almost $4 for the McDoubles. And that's the way I price inflation is how much the McDouble costs. But it's actually a
So
very reasonable like um view of it. Because whenever people are like, "Oh, inflation has risen 70% since I was a kid," I'm like, "No, I remember when I was a kid, I can go get a McDouble, and now it costs They cost $3. That's
it's
200%.
229 Canadian here.
Oh, that's good because Canadian dollars is crap. So that's like $1.75.
Yeah, it is crap. It's like $1 for you guys. So good.
Fun fact: when I had a layover in Canada, and I remember like I'll never forget this. I was so like, gosh, everything's so expensive here. I'm like, oh, and like I bought like cheap things at the little restaurant. I think it was a Tim Hortons, which I don't think we even have here, by
Oh
the
yeah,
way.
Tim
And
Hortons.
so
Yeah, that's good.
I
I
was
think
like,
there's
I
some
got
in
cheap stuff.
like the Midwest
Airports
and
usually.
New England.
Mhm.
Like I think there were a couple in New
The-
York
the
where I went to college.
There are a couple in New York. I've seen them.
Tim Hos, but yeah, there's what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, and I bought cheap stuff there, and I went to the gift shop, and I wanted to get some good old like Canadian maple syrup, and it was like $20 a bottle and shit like that. It was a big bottle though, big jug.
Mm.
And then I bought all this shit anyway. And then when I got my like statement later on for my credit card, I was like, oh, I forgot Canadian dollars are crap. That was
It just
actually pretty
looks
good.
like it's American dollar because we use the same dollar sign, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all use the same dollar sign, but it means something completely different.
Yeah. Our dollars
I
used to
see
be
some
better than
people.
American, but now
Yeah,
it's not.
I
Yeah.
remember that because there was like some things I wanted to buy from like Canada. But then I look at the conversion and I'd be like, shit. Nah, never mind, fam.
Oh, Canada. Canada is such a weird place. But speaking of that, that brings up travel. Travel has still been wonky this year. Isn't that like
Yeah.
Have y'all been anywhere?
I wanted to. I only went to Vancouver because it's within the same country,
Anywhere
but yeah.
that is not anywhere that is not at least like your local area. That's considered travel
No.
to me now.
Yeah, I know.
that's actually the best thing I wanted to mention. Like, I don't know anyone really who's done international travel. And by the way, as far as I know, except to like most touristy places that nobody really, well, let me phrase that, touristy places that us weebs wouldn't go to, because I think you still go to like Cancun
Yeah.
and like Europe and places, but like a lot of places like in Asia or whatever, like there's a lot of restrictions still. You always need a visa to go to some parts of Asia, like the one, and some of these places have not been giving them still. You can go for business.
Manuel.
There he is. I see him.
I don't
Hello?
want to.
Can y'all hear
Hello,
us?
JD. Hello. Are we
JD,
live?
can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Okay, cool. Like we can hear you.
Oh, we
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we are
live and
back. Sorry
recording
about
again?
that. Yes, we are back
Nice.
on live on stream. I took
Oh.
us to be right back while I was working on my internet issues.
Okay.
Let me.
Sorry about that.
Let me hit yourself in the face. Hit yourself in the face, Nyaru. Let me close my little thingy then. Oh, it doesn't want to close. Nice. Well, we were talking about travel, and I forgot what the fuck I was saying. But the long and the short of it, I think I remember what it was. I remember exactly where we were at. Nyaru, I
Okay.
don't remember if you're one of them or not. Are you one of the people who has like credit through one of those travel sites? Like, be it,
I have a
it doesn't
lot
matter
of
what the
credit
site is.
everywhere.
Do you still have those credits?
Yes.
Because the funny thing is, I don't remember which one. I think it was Airbnb. A friend of mine was saying that they sent them a notice that their credit's gonna expire, and that basically they have to use it. And you might be like, well, you could use Airbnb anywhere, so they have to use it like one way or the other, or just like forfeit it. And I'm like, can they do
See,
that
I
legally? And
have
I
a
think,
whole bunch of hotel points that I've been saving, and I've been thinking about doing like a staycation. Like I'll just go to like downtown. There's no okay, mind you, there's nothing to do in downtown Denver. Nothing. But I thought about just like getting out of the house, just using my hotel points, just to say like I went somewhere that's not in like 10 miles of me.
well, I do remember like because points. I do think a lot of point systems have been like extending their like
Yeah, they
their
Hilton's
dates.
been good about it from what I've
Yeah,
been understanding.
Hilton did have their point system does have like expiration dates, and I remember there was a point because I was going to so many cons, so many events, so many everythings for a while that I was had points that were expiring, and it was a lot of points. So I just got a hotel like in West Hollywood, and we just like just drank over a weekend in West Hollywood. Like I guess that a drinkcation, but yeah, and it was a nice hotel
Vacation.
too. It was a pretty expensive, like, well, we didn't pay anything for it. It was a pretty nice hotel, pretty pricey, and then we just stayed there with
I just
all
want to
my
go stay at a
points.
Conrad. I have enough points for that, I think.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's use all of our points. I mean, not that I can go because I'm not in Denver, and not that I would just be
I
drunk.
don't even know
You would
there's a
kick me out.
Conrad in Denver.
You would you would call security like Manuel's drunk. Call security say you don't know who he is.
I actually want to go to like Aspen just because I've never been and I heard it's
It's
nice.
it's that season where there's snow.
Actually, there's no snow at all.
Oh,
Thanks, global
really?
warming.
Yeah,
Oh
thanks,
yeah.
global warming. Yeah, like legit, we should have had snow by now. Like at least like
Yeah.
mid-November, we should have had something, and it's dry. It's just it's just a
And
dry cold. I mean, I
yeah, and
think
so
the foot of the mountains are finally getting snow,
oh, shit.
but I don't know when it's gonna like finally reach actual houses.
Global warming is such a scary thing, and like it, hold on, I want to say this real fast. I did want to mention that it's been crazy because people have been saying like, oh, we should be getting rain. It should be getting cooler like in SoCal, and we still have like 80, 90-degree days here and there, and there has not been rain. And so apparently there's a drought going on. Because I just got notice about like
When isn't there a drought?
Yeah,
yeah, that
but
we have that watering thing with like water on certain days and not on. I never water the lawn, so that's whatever. Like that does not concern me. But
yeah,
like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, even house numbers, water Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever. Yeah, shit like that.
yeah.
Um,
Manuel?
It's crazy because Vancouver has
yeah,
that too,
No,
like during the summer. Hmm?
I was gonna say
Manuel.
I'm in Southern California too, and we definitely have cold and a bit of rain today, or at least a bit of overcastness.
Oh,
So
apparently it was rain. Yeah, I did go out today,
precipitation.
and like when I went outside, I didn't see any. When I went outside, everything looked wet, and I'm like, did somebody wet everything, or like did it rain at some point? That sounds stupid. Like somebody wet the world.
Did someone take their watering hose and just wet the world?
I know, because it wasn't just like outside my house. It was like the street and like everything. It's like little moisture and everything. But yeah, it wasn't raining by the time I left. I didn't get like outside the house till like 10:30 though. But I was gonna say like to bring it back to the NFT thing. It was so funny because we covered a concert recently, and it was a Miyavi concert. And it was Miyavi in Texas, and Janet went to that. And Janet went to go cover Miyavi in Texas, and she's enjoying the show, taking some pictures, like taking some notes on the show itself. And at one point, Miyavi, if you don't know who Miyavi is like this pretty big Japanese artist. Like he was in that movie with Angelina Jolie, with like he played like some Japanese internment camp officer, shit like that. Interesting person. But so during the concert, Miyavi himself is very like uh very proactive when it comes to things like environmental like stuff, and like he's gone to like visit refugee camps and things like that. I think he's gone with Angelina Jolie, fun fact. But he was given this thing about global warming is real. We should all take it seriously. We should all do all this other stuff, and blah blah blah.
Hmm.
And doing this really cool like message, and he does this at most of his shows, but he did that. And then flash forward to a couple more songs and another MC later. You know what he said?
What?
He's like, "Okay, guys, and I want you guys to hear it first. In November, because it's like in October when the show happened. In November, I'm gonna launch some Miyavi NFTs.
God
Oh
damn it.
my god.
And it was so funny because Janet's in the chat. She's like, "No, Miyavi says he's doing NFTs," and like Rose is replying back. He's like, "Yes, global warming is real, and I'm about to make it a hell of a lot realer."
Oh no.
Like, you
Jeez.
can't- I just love it. It's like Miyavi, please.
Is
You
he just
can't
not
tell us.
aware?
Honestly, I think a lot of people aren't aware with the environmental part of things. Like, I kind of wasn't. Like I said, I had to look up what it was, um,
I
what
mean,
the
to me, it
concerns
made
were.
sense that there was like an environmental impact from NFTs and like just crypto in general, just because of how much power and cooling you need to get the servers going and
Mhm.
everything for mining.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I guess like to me, I thought it was like I thought that was like the most basic thing you can understand. But a lot of people, yeah, they don't know that there's like a big environmental impact from anything to do with like NFTs and crypto.
I'm gonna start a Hina coin,
Oh my
and
god.
then just do it. It's like, okay, Hina, do you want your coin? You have to buy it from me now. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
become the
god.
first person. That'll be my tactic. I'll start buying all the variants on like the Doge thing, because like for those who don't know, like when Dogecoin was kind of like having its big like boom, there were all sorts of other like spoofs of that. Like there was Shiba coin, there was like Shiba Inu
Yeah.
coin, and like other things
Oh,
like
that one
that.
did really well though.
Yeah, some of them did well, some of them didn't. Some of them were just outright scams. But but that's my new thing. I'm gonna like become one of those like the way people get websites and they just sit on them forever. I forget what the term is for
Mm.
them. I'm
Squatting,
gonna become one of huh? Scam
cyber
squatting.
squatting.
I'm gonna be a crypto squatter. I'm gonna get all these cryptos with like the good names and everything. And I'm gonna just squat on them for a while.
Well,
So yeah,
Manuel, I'm gonna
Teabag them.
What sucks is like people can actually scam people and that and like not get caught because it's like not traceable.
yeah,
Yeah,
Manuel.
well,
that's the only thing that kind of sucks about it. It's like, but that's also the that's the reason why
People are
people like
doing it. Yeah.
using crypto in general is just so you can
Yeah.
like make a
what?
transaction anonymously without being traced, and
Yeah.
it's that an anonymity factor that people like.
Yeah.
But yeah, then people misuse it and then makes the people who are legitimately just trying to make a purchase online without being traced, or like, Google getting like their buying information and like giving them shitty ads or whatever.
Hmm.
Wait,
And
what were you gonna say? Oh wait, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I thought you were done. Sorry, were you
huh?
gonna finish your thing? Sorry.
Wait, what?
I, I didn't mean. I thought you were. I thought I caught you when you were done. I didn't know you were still talking. Sorry.
No.
Keep
But
going.
yeah, no, that's what I was just saying. It's just like, yeah, a lot of like the shitty
Oh,
aspects that
no, we're
people are
done.
like dunking on crypto for, a lot of it's just being ruined by people who really want to take advantage of the system and use it for like their own gains instead of like, turning it into like a legitimate thing. That's why it's also been banned in like some countries too.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't like China like sometimes ban it and then sometimes doesn't like
Well,
just so
Well,
like the
you're
prices would go
talking
up
about
or
China. You're talking about China. They'll do
yeah,
any.
true.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to bring up something, Manuel,
oh,
about squatting and coin names.
squatting.
I'm gonna tell you that one that was already a good idea if it was even never going to get anywhere thanks to lawsuits already was taken, and that was J.R.R. Tolkien. I don't know if
Oh,
Coinan
that's
the
a good
Barbarian
one.
has been taken.
Ooh.
Coin and I gotta start. I see. Well, you should have said that because now I'm gonna get it. Coin and the Barbarian. That's my new crypto. If the Robert E. Howard estate wants it, they have to come to me first. What was I going to say about last thing about crypto? What the fuck was? Oh, the Staples Center. Everyone's getting a lot of up in arms about that. The Staples Center,
You mean the
which even
Crypto.com
if
Center?
yes, the Crypto.com Center. Even if you aren't an LA native, you probably heard of the Staples Center. You've probably seen the Staples Center because like that's where like the LA Kings, if you like hockey, or the Lakers, right? The Lakers play
Yeah.
there. The Lakers play there, which is like a basketball team, and like a ton of concerts, a ton of events happen there. It's Staples Center, and now it's going to be called the Crypto.com Arena or some bullshit like that. Or Stadium. I don't know what the fuck. Center. Maybe still Center. I don't know. But yeah, Crypto.com. I actually went to KCON there. KCON LA happens there every year. And I went to KCON there 1 or 2 years. So yeah, it's Crypto.com. Rip. I would say
Yeah,
something else. I forgot what the fuck it was.
Yeah, Manuel, the only reason I remember that it is where the Lakers play it's because I have a friend from grad school who came from Ohio, so he's a
You
big
Laker.
Cavaliers fan. And so when LeBron moved to LA, I took a picture outside of the Staples Center and said, "Yeah, just checking out LeBron's new home," and sent it to him. Like when the Warriors won, I would just say, "Oh yeah, we did it! California did it!" I don't care about
See,
basketball any bit, but I would just do that to have some fun with him.
you had a good point in the chat where you mentioned the 3090s. I don't know much about
Oh,
graphics cards. Is that a graphic card?
Yes.
yeah, it's a
Uh,
graphics card. Yeah.
the only reason I really know about that is at one point you wanted one, Hina, and
Yes, I
I
did. I have a 3070, but that's it.
yeah, at one point you wanted a 3090 because I remember you were like, I think I don't. Did it ever work out for you? I remember you were trying to get a donation drive going because you were
Oh
willing
yeah.
to pay the scalper prices.
Yeah.
And it
Oh
was
my
funny
god.
because I
Yeah.
would see your chat sometimes because some people would be all like, "Don't pay the scalper prices" or whatever,
Mhm.
Yeah,
and
don't
you're
pay
like, "I
scalper
just want,"
prices. Fuck that.
but you just wanted a
I had no
3090, right?
choice. I just didn't.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. I wanted a good card. That's all. It wasn't even because I wanted to mine or anything.
yeah. You were trying to start Hina
I just
Coin
wanted a
Master.
good computer. Yeah, I have a
30
3070 now, but that's it. Yeah.
3090s
And
are
I
a
did
small
pay
space needed.
scalper prices. But like it
No.
wasn't terrible. It wasn't when it was like 2000 or whatever, but like still I think it was like 1400 Canadian. This is Canadian dollars. So
Oh, so it's like
I,
1,000 ish,
yeah,
1,200
yeah,
maybe.
basically
Like
like
realistically, yeah. It's a couple hundred off
realistic.
that.
True. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I'd say so.
Oh man. What else is there to talk about this year? I want to talk a bit about the collector boom. How like Pokemon cards
Collector boom.
became no
Oh
like
yeah,
collector.
like everyone, no, like everyone started doing like those box openings like on Twitch,
Hmm.
and they would get like thousands of views. Or I wanted to do it actually because like I legit have been collecting Pokemon cards since I was like a kid, and then like dude. Okay, so I went to Target once. Actually, it was funny because I wanted to go pick up some Pokemon cards and do like at least like one fun stream on it. And oh, kid you not just mind you, I'm also probably like one of the few brown people in this area. So I got followed really hardcore while I was in like the TCG section of Target. And like I saw like the sign, like they're not having Pokemon cards anymore. I also wanted to look at
Oh.
the match. I also wanted to look at the Magic the Gathering because like that's something I wanting to been trying to get back into. And right as I get to that section, this lady comes over. She's like, "Can I help you? Do you need something?"
Oh my
I'm like,
god.
"No, I'm just looking." And I had stuff I was gonna like go buy things. I forgot what I went for, but yeah, I had stuff I was gonna purchase. I just wanted to go peek at the section real quick, and she just stood there, just watching me and like pretending to like fix things on the rack while I was like standing there.
Oh, I feel so bad because I know those tactics. I'm not gonna lie. I was like one of the people who would do them as well. Like everyone, that's something you do in retail at some point in your life, if you work retail. I mean, but oh my god, I thought you were gonna steal. That's kind of fucked up. That's actually
Yeah.
really fucked up.
Yeah, and the fact that I also had like a basket with me. Basket
Well,
with me too,
it's
showing me that I
actually
was gonna like actually go and like purchase things. I don't know. It made no sense to me.
I used to work at a certain party store that shall not be named, and we did carry Pokemon party supplies, and in that section, honestly, it varied because like it was hard to get them sometimes, even then. But that's just Nintendo or whoever the fuck Pokemon company being stupid with someone's distribution. But anyways, we used to carry Pokemon cards there. But those were such a high theft item. It was insane. Or one of our favorites, it wasn't even like so much stealing. Like people would get like maybe 10 of those. And then they would come to a store. Sometimes they would just get it off the shelf and come to us like like not even leave the store. They'd be like, "Yeah, I bought these the other day and I didn't have my receipt. Can I get store credit?" And like the
Oh
cards
my
cost like
god.
I don't know what the fuck they cost. We overcharge for them anyway, but we'll say they cost like $7 each. And right there, if they got like 10 of them, it's like $70, $80 in store credit we'd have to give the people. And it was so and like
That
depends
people
on
can
like
do that? What the fuck?
people did that all the time. It was so stupidly common. Usually if you had like the right employees to be like, no, we can't do this out of receipt. This is an item we just can't do this. And like you'd be surprised. There are times when we all knew that they were actually stealing. We might have seen them do it ourselves, and they would still call
Mm.
corporate on us. But but
Yeah.
there would always be those new employees or the employees who either didn't know or honestly didn't care. Sometimes they'd be like, paying me dirt. I don't fucking care. And I'm not gonna lie. I've been there before. So it's just like, hit my return. Here's your store credit. Go buy what you want. I don't really
Yeah.
fucking care. But yeah. Hey, what's up, Steve-O? Hopefully the stream's working better. But yeah, yeah, Pokemon cards are insane. I go to Family Dollar. This is Family Dollar by my house. I go to a lot, and apparently they sell Pokemon cards there. And there's some dude who, and this tells you how often he must go because I see them at least 3 times. I don't go to the store every day. I go there when I do laundry because it's across the street. I do laundry maybe once a week, and this dude always kind of probably shows up that day at the same time. Anyways, he he always shows up. It's like, hey, you guys have any Pokemon cards in? It's like, oh no, I got them in yesterday. They're all sold out. Or like one time, it's like, yeah, we have the box right here. It's like, I'll buy them all. And then
Oh
like,
my god.
and I'm like, is he going to resell them, or does he have a YouTube channel somewhere where he's opening all these? Honestly, I love Pokemon cards, but I don't understand how they work these days. I have a friend of mine. His name's Nestor. He's actually been on the stream a couple times, and he collects Pokemon cards. He actually has one of those Charizards, like one of those famous Charizards,
The
like
OG ones?
yeah, he had one like from his childhood, and he sent it out to get graded. It came back recently, uh, and I think it's not like a high grading, but it is worth apparently like $10,000 or some insane stupid amount.
Holy.
It's worth some stupid ass amount for this fucking Charizard. But anyway, he has one. He still gets Pokemon cards today. Like even before like this boom, he works at a GameStop and he would buy like the box. Like he would just buy the box and then just take it home and open them all. But it blows my mind. Like people can open a pack of cards, and like most of the cards will be worth an insane amount of money. And I'm like, how do these cards have
Yeah.
that much value already? Like these sets have just come out, and they'll open a set, and it's like, oh, this is worth $60. This is worth 16. This is worth about 20. And I'm like, that pack cost you like $8. Like, why is it
I
Nintendo just
remember
selling
when
these
Moist
themselves?
Critical. Remember when Moist Critical was like on like his big Pokemon binge and then the Yu-Gi-Oh binge and everything, and I would actually watch like some of his streams opening the cards and everything, and it's just so amazing. Like yeah, how people could just open up a pack and then they're instantly a millionaire. So it's like the
Yeah,
lottery, but you have better chances.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It seems to be like your chances of opening up rando pack number one and getting like getting quadruple your return is just so easy, and I don't get it. Like it happens with Nestor too. Like I see his posts on Instagram where he's all like, "Oh, I opened my first like fucking sword shield pack, and already I got this, and this," and like. You think he's fucking around, but then you look at the comments because he'll like do all the right hashtags. You look at the comments, and people are like, "Oh, what? Like that card's like $100 card." And I'm like,
Oh.
what? This set came out yesterday. It's like, how is there already this much value? That's the part that really blows my mind. Like, how is there already this much value attached? It feels like, honestly, it feels like a scam to me too. Part of me. And there has been some talk about that. Like some dude who came up on like one of the whichever or the Paul brothers. I think it's actually Logan Paul, like that Logan Paul. I think he's the one who really blew it up by having his unboxing. Apparently, one of the
Oh.
guys he brought on was like a scam. Was like later found out to be like a scammer or some shit. So
Oh what?
allegedly, don't sue me because apparently he sued someone for like saying that. So yeah, not that he's gonna come find this show, but allegedly. But I don't know. I don't know. I found all my I found all my old Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh cards recently, and I want to take them somewhere to like see if they'll like
Oh yeah.
they see if
Do it.
they're worth money. I'm like, do I have the Magic the Gathering equivalent of a Charizard in here? I just want money.
You're gonna be a millionaire now.
I know it's so, but the cards were sold kind of badly. I'm pretty sure even if it's like
Mm.
in there, I don't have any high grades, all that bullshit. But let's not forget, like that fucking what was it? Super Mario 64, the box one that sold for like $2 million, and I'm
Oh.
like, the fuck? Collecting's weird. Traveling's weird. Cons are weird. Oh, we talk about cons. That was the one I was gonna I was gonna open with, and I'm like, I don't want to talk cons anymore.
No, Manuel, you see, we had to start with the pros of 2021 before we got to the cons of 2021.
Oh my god, that's cheesy.
Love it.
That's cheesy. It's funny. It's funny because Nyaru at the top of the show mentioned she was a guest at this what Idol Matsuri? Is that what it's called?
What do
Nyaru's
you call it? Yeah, sorry, no, I was trying. Northwest Idol Fest.
Northwest Idol Fest. Idol Matsuri is the bad one,
I
right?
like the name. Yeah, that one's the bad one. I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
the one that wasn't run well. But anyways,
The one that was like in 2015.
yes, you know what I'm talking about. That's the one.
And I
Yeah.
just googled it because I didn't know what it was.
There was and to be fair, I think their heart was in the right place, but it was like they actually had idol groups there. Like I can't remember who the fuck they were. They had some idol group there, and apparently they were
Like
just
some
all
really,
sorts of,
really
like,
chica groups.
yeah, they had all sorts of issues, like basically guest relations issues, which makes sense because if you're a first time con, you probably don't know how to deal with that kind of bullshit. But yeah. But anyways, you were at Northwest Idol Fest. Northwest Idol Fest, NWIF. That's an interesting acronym. Anyways,
Right.
it's funny because like a lot of in-person stuff is returned, and I know we mentioned this earlier, but I saw part of me still feels weird when I see cons have virtual. And then you mentioned you were there like last minute, and you were supposed to be there in person. But like, part of me is so weird when cons still have virtual guests. Don't you think that's a little odd these days?
I mean, I guess it makes sense for like things like VTubers or whatever.
Oh, of course, a VTuber, because even if you had them there, they would probably like be backstage, like
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
maybe just for
But for
latency
like
issues.
for Hololive, I know the second generation of like the EN Hololive girls, they didn't go to Anime NYC, but they had their own panel there. And you literally just did through Discord, I think.
Oh yeah, the funny thing about the when they have like, and the funny thing about VTubers like being at conventions like that in a virtual space, especially when it's streamed, I'm like, at what point are you just not watching a different version of their stream? you know, uh, but
Well, this one would definitely had like I I've seen some clips of like the Hololive going to like Fan Expo and Anime NYC and like all these other like conventions. Most of the time they actually do like interact like live interaction with like the crowd and like bantering with like the host and everything. They actually look really fun. I would love to go to one of those. But of course that's coming from a VTuber.
there's this con in Texas that I think happened recently. I don't remember what the fuck it was called.
Anime
Well,
Frontier.
that's the one actually, and the only reason I knew about it because a friend of mine wanted to go like kind of last minute, and it was almost like it might have happened. Like we were just gonna like everything was still open. We probably could have got like some press badge. We could have gone and covered it, and it just fell through mainly because of schedule, not because of like any other reason. But in the process of looking up, like if we're gonna go, I kind of low key want to do some work so that like you can get some content for A to J out there. And I was looking up their guest list, and they had Iris as the guest. And if you don't know, Iris is an idol group,
Mm-hmm.
pretty big one. If you follow AJ Connections, if you follow AJ Connections to any degree, then you know Peachy Parade. By the way, rest in peace, Peachy Parade. They disbanded earlier this year, but on Halloween actually. But Peachy Parade looks up to Iris. They mention them all the time. And I'm like, oh, they're a guest. Interesting. So I go look it up. They're a virtual guest, which I'm like, okay, understandable, I guess. Keep looking. You know what their appearance entailed?
What was it?
They had recorded from the wording. They seem to have already recorded it, even by the time they wrote it out here. They had done a pre-recorded Q&A where you were supposed to submit questions weeks ago. So I think it's already done by the point they were announcing it. So they were doing a pre-recorded Q&A, and they're going to show clips of like some live DVD, and that's their appearance. And I'm like, that feels like a bait and switch, because if I just saw them and if I didn't read what they were actually going to do there, I would assume that they're there. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know if any people in the chat went to Anime Frontier, but I'm curious how that went. But then again, I didn't really notice that that they had any big name guests, so maybe they just didn't publicize them too much. So I don't know. But any cons you guys are going to upcoming?
Um, no, I don't know actually.
Oh, well,
I don't know.
you're like dying, so
Yeah.
You're barely
And
leaving
you still
death's
need
door
to
right
wait
now.
for that test.
Mm-hmm.
You see if you got COVID or not. If you're like, if you're like patient zero for the omniant variant or whatever.
I
By the
still
way,
don't know how
Omicron.
because I stay in my house 90% of the year. I'll be real with you. I stayed in my house. The only time I went out was for groceries, maybe some food, go pick up family from like the airport, and then traveled that one time to Texas.
it was Texas. I tell you, you shouldn't have went to Texas.
That was like
Uh,
months ago
I know, I'm just
though.
kidding. But that's another thing Anime NYC had, by the way, was the Omicron variant, because that like it was so wild seeing like New York politicians on Twitter and shit like that mentioning if you went to Anime NYC, get tested like right now. And I'm like, whoa, did like, New York State Representative so and so just mention anime? And I think even during one of the press conferences, like one of the White House press conferences, they mentioned Anime NYC, and I'm like, whoa! I know this is a really stupid way to be
I
like, the fandom's
I
getting
so
bigger.
wanted to hear Joe Biden just say Japanimation.
I know. That's he probably would say that because we had a conversation about this in a past show about like old terms that. Do people still say Japanimation? Because I was talking to I was on another
I've
stream.
heard some boomers say that.
Exactly. That feels like
I've
a
never heard
thing
it.
that either an old fan would say, like somebody who brags about going to Anime California. Somebody who brags about going to Anime Expo 1 or some bullshit. You know, it's like I was at the
Japanimation.
yeah, and then they're also the kind of people who say like who are very emphasize the anime
Oh
Anime.
god.
anime.
Okay,
No, it's
so
funny. That was
Manuel, I
always
looked at the Iris thing, and it says even here, Iris virtual appearance.
that still seems like I don't know, man. You're looking it up right now, Anime Frontier. We didn't end up
Yeah,
going.
like it's on their website.
Oh, it's
It
on their
says
website.
Iris. Yeah, it says Iris virtual appearance. So I don't know. If I knew it was a virtual appearance, I already knew what I was like. I don't know. For someone like me who's been around the block already, I already kind of know what I'm expecting because virtual appearance means pre-recorded. But
No. Thank you for bringing that up. I don't think virtual appearance is pre-recorded. That's my other issue. Like virtual appearance feels like they're gonna stream themselves, like what you did, kinda. I
well, I
would be
didn't stream
really
myself. I
didn't you?
couldn't. No, no,
Oh,
I
so
told
you
you it was a
didn't either.
pre-recorded.
You
Yes, but
you
I made it clear.
you. you Sorry, I must have misheard all this. I built my argument. I built my argument on a. If I would have known that, I would have gone on your case a lot. Not gone on your case. That's the wrong term. I don't think. Obviously, people do what they can do. It's all like. Let's not forget that we were come from a time last year when all those quote unquote like idol cons that would happen on Twitch or whatever. A lot of them they were all pre-recorded. Like every single one was. But I thought you weren't. You disappoint me. Nyaru.
No, because they didn't. They internet was unstable. We the plan next year is to do actual, live performance via the internet if possible.
I
But
was a
this
little
year it just
confused.
wasn't feasible because because how internet can be so unpredictable at conventions. You don't know if you're gonna get like good signal or you're gonna get like the good internet or whatever, or if anything's gonna even be possible when it comes to streaming. So this year was like very experimental when it came to a lot of things.
Yeah, I was confused when you mentioned that they were able to stream the audience to you. I'm like, wait,
Oh,
weren't
because
you
I got on a
watching
disc
them?
I
Yeah,
I got on a Discord call and they showed me everything.
yeah, that's the part I was so confused by. I'm like, wait, weren't you watching them live? I should have asked then. I would have known. Anyway, so we didn't kill my argument. You kind of added to it. I don't know. I just feel that's a weird thing to do at a con these days in a post 2021 world. I didn't know we're still in 2021, but like for all I am agreeing that we should all be safe and like not take and take all precautions. I am also not of the mind that I really want to go forward with a lot of these virtual appearances. That's just me. That's just my controversial opinion, maybe. But I am doing ALA. Are you doing any cons upcoming, Hina?
I'm not aware of any that are running at the moment, to be honest. I haven't really
Canada?
looked into it. Like at least not in Canada, but like in the US, the travel restrictions are still pretty bad. Like you don't need to do a PCR test if you're like traveling within like if you're returning back within 72 hours or something. But then like you would need like I usually give myself like a day before and after a con to like sort of I guess recover from flying and just rest and everything. But yeah, I don't want to pay like $200 to do a PCR test just to come back to Canada.
Wait, are you not? I mean, they might still require. I'm not sure what the restrictions are, but are you not vaccinated?
I am vaccinated, but
Uh huh.
Canada requires us to have a test coming back. They just want to be
Yeah, there's
extra
a lot
safe.
of different like
That
requirements
is
for each
true.
country.
I'm
Hmm
the way the tone in your voice, Nyaru, is like you fucking boomer.
You
I'm
fucking boomer shit. Like it's an
Manuel.
easy Google
I,
search.
That's
I
how she always
understand.
speaks to you, isn't it?
It actually is. I don't know. Like I just I'm looking forward to cons. We're doing ALA for sure. That's already in the bag. But we might end up doing Level Up Expo in Vegas in February, even though I'm very against Vegas cons. Not
Really?
for any reason except the fact that they're always weirdly small. It's like a
Oh,
really, really tiny small town con, but in a very kind of expensive area. So it feels like I'd
interesting.
rather go to like small con in Texas, small con in like fucking NorCal if I was gonna travel like that. Well, Texas isn't that close, but like close enough distance where it's like, a day travel day, not a full day, but I could do it within a day. I meant to say, I might as well do it somewhere else because Vegas surprisingly has really tiny cons. But
Mm.
but yeah, that's that. Any other quick fire things you want to mention? What was your besides Squid Game? What was your favorite media of 2021, Yaro?
Uh,
Any new
um,
music? Any new TV show? Any new book?
give me a sec. Hina, go.
Huh?
Anything new with
Uh, I finished the first season of Arcane, the League of Legends animation
Oh,
whatever like show from for Netflix with Netflix with I don't know how to English right now, but you know what I'm talking.
Yes.
It's a Netflix series, yeah.
it's crazy because I watched most of that in Chinese,
Oh,
not just
what?
because I'm
You
a China
watched?
boo. Yeah, not just because I'm a China boo, but also because I watched it in this group thingy, um, with like streamers like who are Chinese, and
Mhm.
um, and that's well, I already mentioned animation is a little different whether because and the thing like Arcane, one can argue which is the original language. Not saying it's Chinese, but people can
Oh,
argue
true,
which is the
true.
original language because they were all released simultaneously.
Yeah.
But I watched that in Chinese and I'm like, it's so different. Um, and it kind of reminds me of watching some of the Squid Game thingies because like everyone, whenever I see people reference it or they'll show a clip of it, I'm like, oh, that's what they sound like in English. Oh, that's what song choice they went with there because apparently Imagine Dragons and like all these other people are like that's
Yeah.
actually that's actually why I tweeted that out the other day. I had somehow I've dodged Imagine Dragons music until
Wait, what
like
music
a
do they
couple weeks
play
ago.
in
They did the opening, and they did some
wait.
insert songs, but Imagine Dragons
Oh,
did the
I
opening.
meant in the Chinese one, is it different?
It's different, but
I
so
wanna search that up now,
it
to be
yeah,
honest.
Imagine Dragons did the opening, and I've dodged Imagine
Wait, the
Dragons music
Chinese?
right up until recently, and I was all like, "What? This is Imagine Dragons?" Because I always thought they were a power metal group. I mentioned,
But they
if you don't know
really
what
love
power,
League,
yeah,
apparently.
yeah, if you don't know what power metal is a very like cheesy epic metal sounding genre. Like Dragon Force, if you're familiar with Dragon Force, probably the biggest band that people
I
would know.
sang Dragon Force last night.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
that's power metal. I thought that's what Imagine Dragons was. Speaking of dragons, Dragon Force. When you put dragons in your title, you assume it's going to be power metal. So when I heard Imagine Dragons, I'm like, oh, this is why everyone talks shit about them. Anyways, I liked Arcane too. What's another? I like Fear Street. That's probably one of my other big breakthroughs. I guess like that's new this year. Even though I do want to do a comparison video about some of the weirdness of it, I like the adaptation. It felt very 90s clickbaity, like the way Stranger Things felt very 80s clickbaity. But I liked it, and I love Fear Street, the book series. Um, I'm not gonna lie, this may sound really stupid. I wish they'd made it a bit more kiddie because Fear Street, in its nature, is meant to be like a an Are You Afraid of the Dark type thing. Maybe a little aged up, but still, it's like I feel like that was made like a bit too like I don't know, a little more kiddie. Yara, what's your favorite shit?
Um, Yeah, honestly, I think it
Imagine,
just has to be Squid Game.
Imagine Dragons.
And the South
Do I
Park
even have the right song?
specials.
Oh, was there some South Park?
Yeah, South Park post COVID.
Oh,
That
I
came out
remember.
like a week or two ago, I think.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
the recent one, not the Q one.
Yeah.
I heard people talking about that. Is that the one that like apparently they were making some jokes about like how COVID's gonna like? Wait, I need to look at this. I think it is, by the way.
You
Yeah,
don't
is
know
that
what you're
song?
talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, I think. It's gonna be
Oh,
another Kwanzaa.
Yeah, we don't need another
yes,
Kwanzaa right now.
yes, that's the
What's
song.
that
That's
song?
the song. That's the song. And that song's
Huh?
way more fire. But anyways. Sorry, we're talking about the. I'll have a link to it if you're watching on YouTube. Look below. There'll be a link. It'll say arcane Chinese song or some bullshit. Just so I don't feel like explaining it. But PLDR, Hina found the Chinese song I was talking about. That's on the arcane. There's a lot of other songs that are different. Some are the same, but most of them are different.
Interesting.
But isn't that post COVID one? I remember hearing something about they were like as if it'll never end.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm not gonna lie, part of me feels weird about that because part of me, pandemics are weird like that. Like Nyaru said earlier, I do think we'll all get it. I think I already got it, and I don't. It's what it is. We'll
We just
get
shouldn't
yourself.
treat it like it's the end of the world. That's
Mhm.
what I think is killing us.
Be safe. Be as safe as you can be. Get vaccinated. Take all the precautions you can. Get the boosters. Get all your other stuff. I'm not saying don't do that.
And
But
if
there is
you
both
do
things
get
can.
it, just don't panic and
Yeah.
don't treat it like it's the end of the world.
Like honestly, I think there's a bit too. There definitely has been extremes on both sides. There have been the far extremes where it's all like, the vaccines are. I'm not even gonna say some of these words because some of these are like
Oh
mad
wait,
demonstrative.
I thought of a favorite thing I like
Oh,
from
what?
this year. The
Vaccine-
Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. The scary movie.
The devil. Oh, you like that one?
Yeah, I like that series.
I'm not a big fan of the Conjuring universe. I made a joke that too many modern movies have to be in the Conjuring universe. Right? Like I was so upset when the La Llorona.
The Curse of La
That's my most.
Llorona.
That's the most white
La
way I've ever
Llorona?
said that word in my life. But yes, that movie had to be in the Conjuring universe. And like, why couldn't it just been a movie about?
Wait, that was in the
Uh,
I haven't watched it, that's
It
why.
was.
Manuel, I was actually looking up something about this. I believe it's technically not in continuity, even though it has like some references and some characters.
Oh, the La Llorona. The La
Yeah, the
Llorona.
Curse of La Llorona.
La Llorona. That was even worse
I'm
than if
not
I just said it
Spanish
white.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already revoked his card. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
Burrito. But anyways,
Shut up.
at least I don't say quesadilla. But anyways,
I just say it as a joke. I always say it as a joke.
Yeah, I sometimes say it as a joke too.
like that's an easy one. But every so often, I hope people say quesadilla. But
Quesadilla.
and then,
It
in a
sounds so
non-ironic
silly.
way.
Like, why would you say it like that?
And they have to
Well,
know
I
the
love
word.
doing that with any word too. Like avocado.
Avocado.
Shabakadu.
It's free.
I have a Del Taco next to me, and every time I pass by it, I always tell myself, "Hey, welcome to Del Taco. We got free shabakadu."
Did you guys hear? It just was announced this morning. Jack in the Box has bought all Taco Bell. I mean,
Taco
Jack
Del
in the Box has
Taco.
bought all Del
Oh.
Taco. Yeah, sorry.
Wait,
Jack in the
really?
Box
Are you sure?
Yes.
is a real thing. I'm not making that
We
up.
don't have that in Canada, but you know.
You don't have either in Canada, do you?
Wait, what was the second one? Wait,
Del Taco
was
or
it not
Jack in
Taco
the
Bell?
Box?
El
Del
Taco.
Taco. No.
Del Taco. Wait, Del Taco. Do we have that?
No, I think
I
it's
don't
No,
think we do.
it's
Yeah,
generally
we have Taco Bell, but
like a
yeah.
Fun,
California Southwest kind of place.
yeah, fun fact. I think
Ooh.
both restaurants are kind of regional. Like Jack in the Box. Don't get me wrong. Jack in the Box is a far more nationwide than Del Taco is. But I used to have friends. I have a lot of friends who live in other parts of the world. I mean, world. The U.S. is the world, but I mean other parts of the U.S. where they've never heard of Jack in the Box, so they don't have them. But Jack in the Box bought all Del Tacos, and I think part of the reason is so that they
Damn.
could both expand. But honestly, I kind of feel this will be like a Carl's Jr. green burrito type thing, or Hardee's if you're from like
We have
weird parts
Carl's
of the
Jr.
U.S. Yeah.
At least
Um.
in Vancouver. I don't know about Toronto. It's always like, yeah,
Well, there's a
it's
Carl's
usually Toronto
Jr.
that has it.
Oh, I know what I was supposed to be excited for this year, but
What?
then it got pushed to next year. Top Gun
Oh.
Maverick.
Oh, they keep. That was in my notes. I never mentioned it. They keep delaying that. That movie's just never gonna come out. In case you don't know this, I think I might be wrong. I think that it was supposed to come out right before the pandemic. Then it got pushed to like when the pandemic started, but we didn't know that yet. And then obviously because the pandemic, they pushed it and pushed it and pushed it and pushed it. That movie was filmed
Yeah.
years ago. That movie was filmed like in
Oh.
2019, and
They
like
really, really want a physical release, like a
yeah. To be fair, the pandemic has not only the pandemic, just things have happened. Things that have happened lots of times. There's the movie Red Dawn, which I think stars like the guy from Captain America. I don't remember. I went to a preview of that like 3 years before it came out, and like it was funny because the preview I went to was the one where like they directly said it was China. In the version they eventually released, it's like, oh, mysterious country, you know. But
Mysterious.
Yeah, it was
uh,
Chris Hemsworth.
oh,
So Thor.
close enough. Thor, it actually said Captain America. It was Thor, Spider-Man, Captain America, it's all the same. It's such a boomer thing to say. But yeah. And then the Dynasty Wars movie got released during the pandemic on Netflix. And that if you've been paying attention to my DTLs, I've been saying that movie had its trailer released like in 2018. And like it's been sitting in someone's vault for like 3 years. So yeah, Top Gun's the new one. That's gonna happen too, apparently. It's like Tom Cruise was already like it was the whole thing where like 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 old Tom Cruise like gonna file pain, and now it's like even older Tom Cruise. I don't know. We'll wrap up there, I guess. It's about that time.
Yeah, we had a
I don't
bunch
know
of
why I
issues,
said
so
it
I was
like
letting
that.
us go longer.
Yeah,
So let's
and
start wrapping.
we'll start wrapping up because there's a bunch of things to say anyway. First of all, if you want to support us on Patreon, I'll circle back around to some actual like things for everyone else. But if you want to support us on Patreon, patreon.com/A to J Connections, and give us money and turn on ad blocker here. I say that because we had a really good month on YouTube, but like I'm pretty sure this is probably violating some agreement with YouTube. So please don't demonetize us. But I've always made the joke. It's like it's like, oh, if you love us, turn off ad blocker. It's like, no, just kidding. Leave that shit on. I don't fucking care. Leave that shit on. Give us Patreon money. That's if you want to support us, give us Patreon. If you want to just do neither, then honestly, still keep your ad blocker on because ads are stupid.
I still get ads even with ad blocker on anyway.
Well,
mm,
it
I guess
depends
it
on what
blocks
ad
some
blocker.
ads.
Yeah, it depends on what ad blocker you have. Because every so often YouTube,
Oh.
like you have to also have to update your ad blocker. Because every so
Oh,
often I'm like, oh,
really?
YouTube's giving me ads again. So I have to go like, oh, yep, it's not updated.
You
It'll be
can
better.
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also keep them
Okay.
for your phone. Oh no, I'm pretty sure YouTube
You're
is
just
loving it.
advertising ad
Yeah,
blocker.
just keep going with the wrapping up
anyways,
manual.
anyways. Support Patreon, all the early shit. We have a bunch of exclusive videos. I already mentioned I'm doing the Super Mario, like beating all the games over the course of a year, or attempting to, the mainline games. And I finished the Game Boy ones, and then I'm gonna start doing the mainline ones. And then in those ones, I might have guests on each one. So tune into that. Patreon exclusive. For now, maybe we'll put some of them public way down the road. And I've even put in some new streams where we're doing some group fucking Death Road to Canada, but yeah, Death Road to Canada. It's this cool zombie game, and
Oh.
it's co-op, and some of those streams will be Patreon only. It's just fun shit until we get some good interview content that we could put exclusive there again. But for now, and what's new with you, Nyaru? You're alive again.
yes, I'm alive again. Tomorrow I'm going to be playing Command and Conquer Alert 2. Just it's to be more casual. I'm gonna do some practice, I guess, but it's mostly just to be casual and playing with other people and just having fun. And then Friday I'm gonna be eating an MRE. I'm gonna do another MRE prep and tasting. We'll be doing menu number 23, pizza slice, which is considered the best MRE on the market currently. So yeah, pretty much it's the rest of the week is military week.
Yeah. Do they just sell
And
those? I didn't know you could
yeah,
just
they
buy
just sell
those.
them. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can buy them.
you can even buy the expired ones, which is how a lot of people do that shit too. Like I'm gonna eat an MRE from like the '60s, and it's like, yeah, you're gonna get sick, bro. But okay, do you?
Hina?
It was
Oh, sorry.
yeah. What are you up to? No, I was gonna say real fast. I was actually you were playing Command and Conquer the last when I had that whole desperate message. Was like, please sub back, we missed you. So whenever the last time you played that was, I think that was when I when I did that. I remember this because I was like, why are you playing such an old game? Like I don't know why, but anyways. Hina, what's new with you? What are you streaming? You're streaming these days again too, aren't
I
you?
Yeah, I've been streaming more. I actually just changed my schedule, so I'm gonna be streaming. I used to stream Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I've been streaming a lot of Valorant, but I think Apex was my last stream, and yeah, I might be streaming TFT again.
NFT?
It's yeah,
Team fight
TFT,
tactics.
Teamfight Tactics. Yeah,
Oh, that game confuses me. It's
really?
funny. Yeah, I've seen you stream that before. I've seen you stream that before, and I'm like, what is this? What's
Mm.
going on in this game?
It used to confuse me a lot too,
It
to be
takes a while,
honest.
but speaking of taking a while,
Yeah.
let's not have this take a while.
No, talk it. No, just kidding. No, it's, fun fact. Tomorrow's gaming stream with myself, Warren, and Snacks is canceled, unfortunately. I've known about
Oh,
this since last night, but I didn't want to. I actually meant to plug this podcast a lot earlier today, and I forgot because I was really busy this morning. But I also didn't want to like let that. I didn't want to make that a post like, oh, it's canceled, and confuse people that tonight's canceled. But tomorrow's stream is canceled
yeah.
because Warren can't do it, unfortunately. So next week we'll definitely be back, and I think next week will be the last one of the year. There's one more. Speaking of next week, last one of the year, next Tuesday, that's UPZ. That'll be the last one of the. That might not be, but we'll see. Um, it's definitely potentially the last one of the year, and by the year I mean we're only skip like
Oh,
2-3 weeks. It's just till the holidays are over, and so
true.
after ALA. Um, but yeah, so next week we're doing the Golden Reggie Awards. We're gonna talk about our favorite things of the year. So think up some more things, Nyaru. It'll be a very informal thing. We're not gonna do like voting.
Wait,
We're
what are
gonna
we
be
doing?
like we're gonna basically give fake awards to things we liked this year. It's like
Mm.
favorite. You're gonna give it a Squid Game. Squid Game's gonna get a Golden Reggie, and there you go.
Why are we giving golden Reggies when we could just give like golden manuals?
Nobody wants that except for the gold. They're gonna just melt me down.
Yeah, exactly. It's the
Everyone wants them.
satisfaction of melting you down.
Oh,
That's what
that's
people
me.
want.
Do we really not?
Is
I
it?
thought we had one.
There's gonna be a burning Manual festival where, like, the end of the
Yeah.
festival, you burn a effigy.
No, it's the after party. It's the after party. We all
Uh,
get like we all sit around like a little like what are they called the machines that melt down like the metal or whatever. Yeah,
Oh,
we'll sit around that like if it's a campfire and just throw our golden manuals in, and then
oh my
we'll
god.
donate all the gold money to like
Oh my.
charity or something.
No. To continue with the schedule, that was Saturday. It's supposed to be the last DTL of the year. We might actually reschedule that because there's some scheduling nonsense. I know I put the schedule out, but once again, that cancellation for tomorrow is extending, so there might be some issues on Saturday. But I can tell you this for sure: Friday is the FA podcast, our Fat podcast. That's 100% going to be on, and we have Otaku joining us that night, and we're going to be talking about some hololudes or whatever the fucking theme we
Oh,
decided on. I think it was like Etchy Miss was the other idea. Etchy Miss or
educational,
hololudes. Yes, we were thinking
educational
about,
show. Oh my god.
yeah. It's our 18 plus show, so tune into that. We're gonna be drawing like sexy Santa or some shit. I don't know, but tune into that. It'll be fun, and that's definitely the last FAP of the year. Because after that, because it's bi-weekly, it starts becoming way too close to to Christmas and New Year's, and Manuel needs his gifts and alcohol. So yeah,
Oh my god.
sub to us, like, comment, subscribe, watch our shit, all that good stuff. Sorry for the technical difficulties tonight. Hopefully next time better. That's all we can really say. If you're watching on YouTube, then you get the nice edited together version without the technical difficulties. And yeah, that's it. Peace out. Love you all. Sub to us, Nyaru. And
shout
yeah,
out to our patrons.
shout out to our patrons, Ed and Kenneth. I mentioned that earlier. I'm sorry. Shout out to our patrons, Ed and Kenneth. Support us on Patreon for all that good shit I mentioned earlier. And the first writing goes up tomorrow. I think I was supposed to put up yesterday, and I just forgot. I forgot yesterday was Monday. That's the big problem. There was a lot of shit to do yesterday, and I forgot. It'll go tomorrow. It's already written. I just didn't post it. Peace out. Love you all. Thank you, Hina, for joining us. Thank you, Nara, for being alive.
Thank you for
That's it.
having
Yay.
me.
Night.